Hello and welcome to another recording from my channel. We will now be going into the episode Circles Within Circles. I was going to redo that episode but never got around to it. Okay, let's just get into the next one. And my crappy voice has to do this. The discovery and activation of the gateway in the Duret system means we can send ships rapidly to explore the Solanae Dysyon Sphere. An alliance force comprised of ships from the Romulan Republic, the Federation, and the Klingon Empire have agreed to work together to study the sphere and establish a zone of control there. But they need skilled captains and crews willing to join the fight. What fight? You're just exploring. Travel through the gateway and contact Allied Joint Command once you reach the Solanae Dysyon Sphere in the Delta Quadrant. So this is just a meet and greet one. Where are we? Oh, what happened there? Oh, the camera just zoomed out for no reason. Oh, because I probably changed the angle of the camera. Okay, so I think this is just an introduction to all the different mini missions you can do in the actual sphere. I think I might actually get one of the accolades done if it's one of the things we get asked to do. Not accolades, sorry. Event campaign options. I also changed my ship because I upgraded the last one to maximum mastery. Okay. Speak with Chief Logistics Officer. Welcome to the Delta Quadrant, Admiral. I have a journey that once took 30 years at maximum warp and now takes mere minutes. Did we just go as far as Voyager did? Not quite. We're on the border of the Delta Quadrant. Specifically, we are within the Solanae Dysyon Sphere, a spherical structure built around a star. The sphere itself has a diameter that is nearly 200 million kilometers, or the equivalent of 250 million M-class planets' surfaces. How much of the sphere has been explored? You're looking at it. The sphere is huge, and it could take us a lifetime to completely understand its construction and technology. We're taking it slow until we know more. That's where you come in, sir. We could use help from the Oceanic before we get started, though. Sub-Commander Carl wants you to receive a briefing about Omega particles from the Chief Scientist. I'll speak with the Chief Scientist, who is across the room. Oh, so this is your fleet spire as well. If you're wondering what it's going to look like if you join a fleet, this is what your fleet spire will look like. Okay, where's my scientist? We're headed to reinforce the battle zone in the contested zone of the Solanae Dysyon Sphere. We'd like you to join us fighting the Voth forces on the ground. The battle zone is what we call the ground portion of our offensive against the Voth. Right now, it's located near the base of a four-legged spire inside the contested zone. We're trying to ensure this area is in order to prevent the Voth from gathering Omega particles from contaminate solos located there. Containment solos located. Why can't I word? Okay, that wasn't the scientist. I screwed up there. Chief Scientist. Hello, Admiral Carl. Carl has asked me to be brief, as there is a lot to be done. We found massive amounts of Omega particles being produced within the Dysyon Sphere. These particles are extremely unstable, and when detonated they will damage subspace, making warp travel impossible for vast areas around the detonation site. In the past, we've only had to deal with small amounts of Omega particles. Now we have a structure that is mass producing them for an unknown purpose. What is the plan to neutralize the Omega particles? The plan is twofold. First, we must find and destroy any existing Omega particles. Secondly, we must discover whatever is producing them at such an alarming rate and stop it. The Federation and Klingons have agreed to join an alliance with the Romulan Republic in order to see this done. These particles threaten us all. This would be simple, except for, well, perhaps it's best if you hear it from the Sub-Commander Cole. He's asked to speak with you. Very well, I'll talk to him. From memory, he's at the end of the hallway. Ah, I hate that, you can't fall down, you've got to go find a walkway.
Welcome to the Solanae Dysyon Sphere. My name is Sub-Commander Cole. This is the main command center for Joint Alliance Command, a multi-species task force willing to work together toward a common goal, for now at least. The gateway you use to get here is in Republic space, so the Republic is taking the lead here as well. Our mission? To destroy the Omega particles this sphere creates, and neutralize its ability to generate more. The first scouts into the sphere confirmed that it was producing massive amounts of Omega particles for an unknown purpose. Given enough time, this sphere could produce enough Omega particles to completely annihilate warp travel in all known quadrants of the galaxy. We thought this would be a sweep and clear operation, but we were waylaid by a species known as the Voth. The Voth claim to be natives of the Delta Quadrant, are extremely technologically advanced, and they want the sphere. Now we're in a fight for control. The Voth are determined to gather the Omega particles. We're still determining why, but this is a threat to all warp-capable civilizations. I can't stress enough how important it is that we stop the Voth and neutralize the Omega particles. There's a lot to do. Shall we get started?
Okay. I've done that.
Ah, come in. I have a special assignment that requires a delicate touch. A science ship on patrol in grid Beta 53-30 received an encrypted message from the Voth.
The Voth? Are we finding them?
This wasn't a message from a military ship or the Voth leadership. This was an encoded short-ranged burst from a Voth science outpost. I think we may have a friend in the enemy's ranks. It'd be best if any communication from our side didn't come from our leadership, for reasons you'll soon see. I want you to pursue a dialogue with this individual. See if we can turn them into an ally. That is all.
Okay, so once you finish that particular story arc, you will actually get a bridge officer that is a Voth.
I'm trying to contact any member of the mammalian occupying force who is willing to open negotiations. I am Nellen Exel of the Voth Circle of Archaeology, and I believe that we have common scientific goals that can only be achieved without the interference of our respective militaries. Working alongside the best minds of the Voth Circles of Science, I have been studying this celestial structure, its function and its original inhabitants. Our work has yielded some troubling information for those seeking to uphold the doctrine that we are the original intelligent species in the Delta Quadrant. The Voth Ministry of Elders maintains that science is only valid if it supports their own fictions of history. I've lost too many colleagues to this terrible government censorship. What I've been able to discover on my own and away from government interruptions is that this sphere was created by a race under direct control of a species called the Iconians. Even ignoring the huge cache of records we found here, the mere existence of this sphere proves that there are powerful entities my government refuses to acknowledge, perhaps to our ultimate doom. I will not be so naive. Left high and dry by my own people, I am left with few options. There must be a sympathetic ear out there that realizes we have entered the nest of an enemy that neither of us are prepared to face alone.
Oh, what the hell happened there? Okay, report to subcommand. Okay, I've done that, so do I have to report again? Okay, that ends that. Let's get to the next episode. Supply Woes, which I think... Supply Woes, Contested Zone, Omega Standoff, and Tower Control are all mini missions within this sphere. We'll try to get all 4 of them done. While the minefield helps to keep the VOF ships from entering Allied space in mass, occasionally the VOF will slip 1 or 2 ships' small vessels through with their advanced cloaking tech devices. We have a range of Dysyon probes, frequencies that can sometimes detect VOF ships, but we need to get up close to have any chance of success. We want the Oceanic to search this zone for any VOF ships that may be hiding. And we can get something that's not really worth anything. Actually, I should have just been to the ship, because I think this puts me back in sector space. Yeah, should have just been to the ship, because that would have put us where the supply woes are. Okay.
We run missions here from Joint Command, the center of all Allied operations. This is the supply depot. We use it to ship supplies to our forces and to store any unusual or dangerous technologies we find here. This region is the minefield. It is used as a barrier to keep Voth forces out, although some still slip by. And this is the ion stream, a series of structures moving a high volume of charged particles and exotic radiation through the area. Each of these areas could use your help. Good luck.
Okay, so we have to scan for cloaked ships near the supply depot, which is this big thing here. Go up a little. It's not near, it's past. Ooh, this ship has a very strong turn rate. Okay. Where are ya? Again, as you can see, other missions pop up as you fly through certain areas. I don't see the ship anywhere. How far off are you? Oh, we're right on top of you. Good to see you, Admiral. See the ion streams? The energy in them can be rerouted into the power cells of a starship and delivered to other areas of the sphere. This energy helps us better understand how the sphere activates. Can the Oceanic take some of the ion stream's energy to our tower in the minefield? Okay, so... doesn't matter. Okay, the ion stream is there. there are 3 ion streams we have to take energy from. I'm only seeing the one. Store charges from the ion stream. Actually, there's another circle over here somewhere. There it is up there. Okay. Bring it to the minefield somewhere. Run from us. Again, as you do these, you will collect Iconian. No. Is it Delta Alliance? I can't remember. We'll put the energy to good use, but we'll need more help here, Admiral. The minefield is the last line of defense against the Voth moving in from the contested zone. Several of our mines have stopped working, and we don't know why. Can the Oceanic scan some of the deactivated mines to determine the problem? Okay, so we'll just zoom in a bit. Yeah, so you'll get marks for your reputation system by completing some of these missions. Okay, that's one mine scanned. Last. Report to joint report. Supply woes. Don't hesitate to ask for further. Oh, there you go. Dyson reputation rewards. Thank you for your assistance, Admiral. You said that the Voth are remotely disarming mines by transporting parts out of them. We'll see what we can do to get around that. For now, you and the Oceanic are needed elsewhere, especially in the contested zone. Speak with me again when you're ready for our next assignment. And again, neither of those are of any use to me. Okay, episodes, I've got to turn around. Yep, contested zone. So, I want to... We have more operations outside of the Allied zone, Admiral. The contested zone is right near our borders, and it is where our forces are currently engaged with the Voth, both in the atmosphere and on the ground. It's a constant fight for control in the area. If we slip, the Voth will overwhelm us. We could use help out there. Travel to the contested zone and see what you can do. Okay, and then we get closer to the border. It'll let us move on. And it's pretty.
This is the contested zone. Our forces here are in a constant conflict with the Voth. There are 5 fronts in the zone, and each of them need your help. Here, we are fighting the Voth over towers that are critical to our control of the zone. I would advise you help only if you have other starships to provide support. In the center of the contested zone is the battle zone. Commander Arnold is leading the ground fight there against the Voth. He needs anyone who's willing to assist. Make no mistake about this. The contested zone is an active conflict, Be careful out there.
Okay, report to Dyson Command. So this is just a meet and greet again. Missing the Allied zone yet? I hope not, because we need every ship to push the Voth back. If you're ready, I have more orders for you. The next comes straight from Commander Arnold, our liaison for the battleground zone. Again, we'll just go this way, make sure we do the episodes in the correct order. There is a ground war waging as we speak in the battle zone, Commander. In the battle zone. Commander Arnold is commanding Allied forces in an attempt to gain control over Omega particle solos. Unfortunately, the Allied forces there are understaffed and under-equipped. They're too far away from the supply depots for us to readily send supplies shipments, and they can always use more combat-ready recruits. Commander Arnold and his forces could use your help. Admiral, can you spare it? Yes. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to get to the middle of this thing here. As you can see, there's a couple of these towers. Not these ones, sorry. Which one is it? You can see these towers here. They're part. You have to get all 4 of these in blue control at 100%. And once that happens, you finish that particular mini mission. The thing about this one is you just have to be here and join in the fight. You don't have to actually join a queue or anything. It's just get in there and get the fight started. Once you get to a certain level, you will actually, there you go, level out. So I bumped into the ground, so I just got another accolade for hitting the ground. Fly through the central spire is another accolade. Oop, bit of a rubber banding there. Okay. Come on.
This is the Voth battle zone. Our goal is to take control of at least one Omega particle silo. Here's how we do it. This is a map of the battle zone. There are 3 regions, each made up of multiple capture points. When the Voth hold a capture point, it is red. When we take control of a capture point, it will change to blue. Capturing points advances us towards our goal, represented by this meter. When it is full, we can make our final push to stop the Voth at the Omega particle silos. We must capture at least one of these silos to claim this battle zone for the Alliance. Good luck.
Okay, so... is that the end of that? It is? Okay. Hope things are going well with the battle zone. When you're ready, speak with me again. Requests for aid are arriving at a constant pace. We could always use help for the oceanic. Okay, so before we go into that, I will do the event campaign. Oh, we just have to go in, do we? Okay, let's go in and see if I can get that point. Over here is a red zone, so we'll see how we go here. I believe all we have to do is make this turn blue and we get the point. Okay, so where do we need to go? Big zone with a little bit of area to fight with. One's kind of simple. You just have to be long enough to turn blue. The bosses within this area as the timer pauses. So just gotta make sure that no bosses get into the central area. Swarmers will attack both boss and Alliance because they are their separate sphere, not the boss or anyone else. That item. Okay. So sometimes people run off like that. That's because with your accolades, endeavors, you'll sometimes be asked to kill a certain number of bots. And once people get that kill count, they'll leave the map. Go. And hopefully that has activated the countdown. So I've got my point for the daily featured event. Let's get to the next episode. Again, if you want me to go through the map and clear it, you can see here there are different icons, meaning there are different types of things to do. I'm happy to do that in a separate, maybe a continuation playthrough, but we'll go on with the episode at this point. Tower control. Okay. You could use your help driving the Thoth away from the control towers in the contested zone. These towers are integral to our control of the area. If the Thoth hold them, they'll be able to call for reinforcements and overwhelm us. Can you take the fight to the Thoth and help us gain control over the area? Again, it's just a mini mission. So let's beam back to our ship. And if the towers are in control and we have to wait, we can always go to a different map and do it. So, all the towers are under control. So if we go to change instant. Oh, okay, there's only one instant. Okay, so what we have to do is, now that we have controlled everything, there should be a countdown. Once that countdown ends, we will enter another battle zone. Defeat Thoth around control towers. That's these things. So these are capital ships, so they're a bit harder to fight. We don't seem to be near a tower. Oh, that is the tower. Okay. We have to destroy a percentage of ships so that this will actually activate now that we're getting closer to the tower. They're doing cloaking run. towers and get some Dyson awards. Okay, so we gotta find another tower then. We're only 50% of the way there. So that tower here is red. We'll head over there. Is that it here? And as you can see, that ship is very powerful. It's wiping out entire fleets, and now I can't even take on one ship. Okay, the tower's going blue now, but they will send in more ships. Eventually. Get this 50% up. Okay, I'm going back to the original one, the original tower, because it seems to be VOF ships there getting control of it. Now way off from the tower to be controlling it, so okay, there's a couple of ships here, so hopefully I've got enough firepower not to be destroyed.
Ship is under attack.
Okay, there we go. Got that 100%. Destroy these and then we'll get the message up. Received reports that your efforts helped to push the VOF back in the zone. Excellent work, Admiral. We'll need to keep supporting our efforts throughout the Dyson Sphere. You've seen all the areas that are important to hold. We're trusting you to do what you can to help destroy the Omega particles and prevent the VOF from using them against us. Okay, that's the end of this video, because I'm pretty sure the next one is a long one, and I think that one's pretty long. That one I think is short, but I don't know if I'll be able to get all the videos. I might have to do 3 separate videos. Okay, well, if you liked what you saw, let me know why. If you didn't like what you saw, let me know why, so I can try to improve. All I ask is that you keep it civil in the conversations down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.